Welcome to the KO Boxing Show. Tonight we're going to have a feature from the Bob Rose Cup at Malvern Town Hall 2019. We're going to showcase the undercard, of course the Bob Rose Cup, and the main event. There's going to be some terrific fighters on the card. Guys like Matt Sheehan, Adam Koalas, Eamon Carlos, Georgie Payne, Corey Allen, Terry Zeramanis, some of the old favourites in the Malvern Town Hall. Let's go straight into the fight.
Former world champion Barry Michael, Hall of Famer, and current top 10 rated Jake Mitchell. Guys, first fight was great. Let's hope Tuma Jafari and George Payne just as good.
For sure. Really looking forward to seeing young Georgie Payne. Haven't seen him for quite a while. He's matured, exceptionally in the last couple of years. Trained by my great mate and old sparring partner Brian Butler. Good combination there by George Payne. These boys are letting them go in the opening seconds here. And classily.
Yes, both boys had great amateur careers. As we heard, Georgie Payne is a former bronze medalist at the Youth Commonwealth Games. And as you said, Baz, he's maturing. He's only 20 years of age. Both young boys, both really hot prospects. So it's great to see him matched. Props to the matchmakers once again, Pete, for putting these two in together this early.
This is a junior lightweight. I wonder who won a world title of junior lightweight. Let me think about that one. We'll get back. Do you know who that was, Barry?
Oh, I don't know, but I know a few super featherweights.
Yeah, okay. Well, super feathers.
Yeah, I didn't like it when it was called junior lightweight, to be honest.
Okay, we'll go super feather.
I always wanted to win the world lightweight title. That was my goal and dream, but I got as high as number 2 and never got an opportunity.
Boom Boom Mancini around when you were around?
Yeah, well, I was promised Boom Boom, but when I beat Al Carter, I got told by David Wolfe, who managed him, that when I beat Carter, because they were both from Alliance, Ohio, he said we didn't fancy Boom Boom against Carter, and he said when you beat him, we weren't going to fight you, and neither was anyone else. Good. Oh, big punches from Jafuri there, right hand and left hook.
Jafuri landed a big shot.
Big right hand and a left hook.
I'd like to see Georgie now. I'd like to see him use the distance. He's got the longer arms.
Gee, these guys aren't mucking around. These are loaded shots.
This is
good, beautiful
back from George Payne. Georgie, good stuff, but both boys winging big, powerful, classy shots.
Brian Butler is urging George to box him. He wants him on that back foot and he wants him to use that distance. He'd be well advised to do that.
Undoubtedly good, beautiful left hook from Georgie Payne there. He got caught in the blue corner with a couple of big bombs, but he's come back well.
Jafuri from Afghanistan.
Yeah,
there's no doubt he's had amateur fights in Afghanistan. This guy's not having his first professional fight.
No, he looks like he's had plenty of...
Oh, mate, he's got the moves. Don't worry about that.
Hasn't he ever? Good draw.
Oh,
good.
Nice.
You know it hurt him. And Jafuri's gone to the southpaw.
Switching to southpaw.
And I'm sure Georgie Payne will know how to handle a southpaw.
Jafuri all black, Georgie Payne with a black...
Nice.
Good comeback the second half of this round from Georgie Payne. Early in the first minute he looked in a bit of strife, but now he's come back really well, finishing this round exceptionally strongly.
And on the outside too, that's where we need him for the rest of this fight if he's going to win.
Jafuri landed a nice shot. This is toe-to-toe.
What a round.
How did we score it, guys? That's a tough one.
I reckon Georgie Payne might have pinched. He was caught by a couple of bombs early, but came back well.
Yeah, he was in his corner and got on the outside and sort of let his opponent fall onto some shots.
He did. He counted well. He landed some
This
really
is
good left hooks.
scheduled for 6.
Okay, it's going to be a top 6 round of this.
Is it ever? If we get the 6, if they keep exchanging hooks like that, who knows?
Someone could go, but both of them stood up well in the opening round. Both landed some really clean flush on the chin shots.
Jafuri with the all black. Georgie Payne with the white and black. Georgie Payne, outstanding amateur. Jafuri, we don't know much about him. We know he's from Afghanistan, and he looks pretty seasoned to me.
He does, that's for sure.
He's definitely an outstanding amateur.
Oh, good body punches. Right drive and a left hook. Lovely clean jab by Georgie Payne. And again, jabbing and moving nicely. That's good.
You hear Brian Butler in the corner saying the jab's going to win this fight. He wants that jab. He wants that jab. He wants a distance.
Barry switches to southpaw again.
Yeah. Could bring himself undone with that. If you know how to handle a southpaw, when they switch, you throw the right hand straight down the middle. Kosciuszko was the great exponent of that.
Just ask Zab Judah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I won money on that fight. I backed him to knock Judah out within 4. I was seriously worried after the first.
Oh, nice left hook there by Georgie. He seems to be very balanced off of either stance, Jafari.
Yes, yeah, he does.
I fought a Turkish fighter, Anywhere Yildiz, based in China, and he switched in the 6th round. He switched, and I thought I'd broken him. I thought, you beauty, and then
he was good.
He slipped a shot, hit me in the ribs, bruised my rib cage, and then come up top with a southpaw hook and just about knocked my head clean off my shoulders.
And then you realised he could do it.
Oh, mate, he was brilliant. He's a former Olympian as an amateur for Turkey.
Great fight.
Another competitive round.
Georgie Payne more on top this round, though.
Yep, he's definitely having a better round now. He's settled down, hasn't he?
Yep. The inflictor pain, they call him. Nice sharp jab, or sort of half-hook jab.
Settled down now, Georgie, hasn't he? He's not getting caught as much.
Yeah, undoubtedly, Pete.
There's no need to be in there exchanging hooks. He's a longer fighter. Oh, see,
nice left hook there landed from Jafira.
Yeah, I think he might have realised this round was slipping away. He's put on a lot of pressure in the last few seconds all of a sudden.
He's trying to steal a round.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, good right hand from Georgie Payne there to finish the round. A Georgie Payne round for me. It was in Darwin before I fought.
Darwin?
Yeah, before I fought Jinsik Choi.
Great times, mate. You were at the peak of your powers then, Barry.
I was, mate. When I fought Choi, I mean, Choi had lost 1 out of 19, I think, when I fought him, and that was to Rod Sequenin, which he was winning on points, and he got stopped in the 12th and final round. And I stopped him in 4, and you know I think I was probably even an underdog going into the fight because he did hit me with some bombs. He was a very dangerous puncher.
Round 3 here, scheduled for 6. Jafari in the all black from Afghanistan. He's a switch hitter up against.
Beautiful left hook there by Georgie.
Double left hand, and nice. He's nice and calm now. Georgie Payne moving well, countering well. Moving around the ring, Jafari walking up, changing from southpaw to orthodox, but it's not worrying Georgie Payne at all at this stage. Good combo again.
It was nice there by Georgie. He just changed his angle and then fired that left hook in there.
Yep.
This is great stuff on the outside by Georgie.
Definitely.
Nice. And
Georgie
on the bike
Payne,
again.
great footwork too, bounces around, well taught from Brian Butler.
Yeah. Jafari getting a bit frustrated there. Jafari, sorry, getting a bit frustrated. Georgie Payne using the whole ring, moving around. Jafari getting frustrated, but mate, you've got to learn how to cut a bloke off. It's part of boxing, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. And this is where the maturity will come into it for Georgie. Georgie can't get sucked into this.
He won't.
No. Jafari always tries to steal the rounds, doesn't he? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, he puts on the pressure in the last minute. But saying that, Georgie Payne, I think, boxing very well, extremely well.
Slides out after the hook there.
Jafari getting more frustrated.
I love the constant change in movement. We see these little stutter steps, the half step, the change in movement, and then he'll pivot off a hook on the way out. It's nice, clean stuff.
Classy.
There it is there again.
Very classy. Look, both boys, very good exponents of our art. Very classy fight, this.
Absolutely. I'd like to know what sort of experience Jafari's had as an amateur.
So would I.
Back to southpaw again. Certainly knows his way around in there.
He does.
Safe bet that he has had a few amateur fights. Let's just say a couple anyway.
I reckon quite a few.
It's only early stages of both boys' careers, but I'd go as far to say as these are two of the class operators on tonight's card.
Yeah, great futures for both of these guys, these young fellas. Oh, good right hand
I'm
from
putting a
Jafari.
national net.
Oh, left hook on the bell. From
Yeah.
Jafari. Wow.
I still too little, too late for me from Jafari. I would say
Halfway
through
through
the fight now. Both boys wouldn't blow a candle out right now, so we're going to see a great finish to this fight. He's coming out as a southpaw in this round, Baz.
Yeah, well, I think he's frustrated. He's frustrated with Georgie Payne. Georgie's movement is making him miss, and he's getting countered. He's getting picked off. Every now and then he lands a very clean shot, and he's got power, Jafari. He's dangerous. He's dangerous all the time.
Very dangerous. And that, once again, I keep saying it, but this is what we need from Georgie, the maturity. He's only a 20-year-old kid, great experience as an amateur, but this is what you need. You need that experience and that maturity in the pro ranks. As you've got the longer rounds, if you get sucked into the trap of trading with a guy like this, you're going to end up in trouble.
Yeah, undoubtedly. I mean, the first round, Jafari was extremely dangerous, and, obviously great instructions from Brian Butler at the end of round one, and since then, Georgie Payne, I think, has taken every round really, but they've still been very competitive, and Jafari incredibly dangerous at all times, I think.
He certainly is. And always switch hitting. It must be confusing, Payne, and he always comes on that last minute of the round. It's like he's got a switch.
Yeah, well, he did last round as well. He landed those big shots, but obviously, in his own mind, he's shown that he's getting frustrated, dropping his hands and gesturing, Georgie Payne to come on. He's been frustrated, and then he realised he's got to do something because he's getting ticked off. But as Jade said, too little, too late. That's the way I see it as well.
Georgie's getting his foot on the outside of the lead foot of the southpaw there nicely.
Moving to the left, Jeff.
Want to steer him onto that right hand. Lights are out. See, now this is where you need to jump on him.
Not the first time I've seen this, fellas. I have seen this a few times. I think they're going to come back pretty soon. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yep.
I wonder how long they're going to leave us here in limbo before they get the fight going again. We don't want the fighters to... Here we go. We're away now,
They're going to
Baz.
restart. Yeah, I don't see why we can't fight in this condition, that's for sure. Here we go, boys. Bit harder for us to see and score, but not impossible, that's for sure. Okay, we're back in action, Pete. We haven't got the full lights, but we can...
Nice right hand down the middle. That left foot outside of the southpaw. Beautiful work by Georgie there.
Excellent work. Jafari tries to land a big left hand. He's getting more and more frustrated as the rounds go by.
And this is what Georgie needs. The frustration from Jafari. He's getting out with a clean set of heels and landing the counters nice.
Exactly. Make him miss and make him pay.
Gee, it's still okay to commentate it like this, Barry, but...
It is, Pete. It's not ideal, but it's still not bad. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen the lights go out for a lot longer than that. Happened at the Pavilion one night in a Will Tomlinson world title fight. I think it was against the Mexican. The lights went out for a long time. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think the Mexican sort of retired. Jafari trying some big shot there, but not landing. Look at this.
Georgie on his bike.
Yeah.
Fast feet.
Beautiful footwork. And making Jafari miss. Jafari missed wildly there with the left hand. And counted well again, Georgie Payne. And the bell rings. Beautiful round. Another great round for Georgie Payne.
Absolutely. That's a definite George Payne round there.
Yeah, very clean. If I was in his corner, I'd be starting to urge him to say that he's got to really hurt Georgie Payne and possibly stop him at this stage, because Georgie Payne is pretty clearly in front on your scorecard and mine.
Clearly in front, but gee, it's such a competitive fight.
Oh, it is still a competitive fight, and Jafari's dangerous. He is dangerous. We've seen he's got, especially in the first round, he landed with some, and a couple of other times too. He's got dangerous power. And there's that old saying in boxing: you're always, how many seconds from disaster? A couple of seconds from disaster. 1 second from disaster, perhaps.
The thing I like about, we're talking, Jafari's dangerous, but with all this movement that Georgie's using, he's not letting him set on his feet.
Nullifies it.
As I say that, he bowls in there with the southpaw left. But, look, he's not letting Jafari settle.
No.
And you change the direction. You just got to get that shoe shine in. You just got to keep touching him. Don't let the big guy... There we go, the shoe shine. Don't let the big guy set his feet and land those big punches, Barry.
Yeah, no, look, side to side, beautiful movement. Jafari looking for an opening.
myself personally, I love the big punches. They're predictable. They're very set in their movement, and I use my movement patterns in order to nullify that power, and Georgie's doing that perfectly now.
One thing you're very good at, Jade, I've seen you in most of your bouts, and you move beautifully, you counter extremely well, and know how to frustrate an opponent, and that's a lot to such a big thing in boxing, learning how to mentally and physically bring your opponent undone.
And that variation, you've got to change throughout the fight too.
You do.
Constant variation.
That right hand Jafari just threw, it came from Timbuktu, I think.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like landing.
Started in Tasmania,
It
up
did.
at Darwin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, classy work here. Beautiful.
Nice, stabbing that jab.
Bang and move.
Georgie's got a cut. The heads come together. We've got a cut over the left eye.
Over the left eye, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've copped plenty of those, but and you've copped a few, Jade. I think you've copped a few, but they're always headbutts or elbows, aren't they? Usually headbutts. The first major one I got was against Jimmy Brown at end of round 1, elbow, 24 stitches from one end to the other.
We've got the screen back on, guys. Hopefully the lights are going to follow quick.
The lights will follow for sure. Here we go.
What's the word, Barry? Let there be light.
Let there be light. That makes a better picture. This is awesome. Oh, good combo from Georgie Payne. Beautiful work.
Cut doesn't seem to be bothering Georgie at all.
No, I don't think it's bad. It's
bleeding around the outside.
Right in the corner of the eye, bleeding down the outside of his right cheek. Left cheek, sorry. Yeah, another round.
Another nice round for Georgie.
Oh, look at that. Bit of headbutting going on there.
See, that's Jafari.
6th and final round.
Okay, Mr. Tamur Jafari from Afghanistan on our scorecards, pretty well behind on points. He needs a knockout to win, the way we see it. What about you, Pete? You see it the same way?
Same way, mate. He definitely needs a knockout to win this.
Yep. It's been a very, very entertaining fight indeed.
Nice hook on the way out there by Georgie.
Jafari will be invited back. This guy's value for money.
Isn't he ever? And he can fight.
Yeah.
Is Jafari based in Sydney now there with Rodney Williams?
He is.
Yep.
I'm sure promoters should utilise him because he's value for money.
Good right hand from Jafari there.
Got the blood trickling down the side of Georgie's face again.
Yep. Oh, big right hand from Jafari.
Oh, is he a little bit wobbly?
Yes, I think he is actually.
It caught the attention of Georgie Payne. Georgie Payne now has to just hang on. He doesn't want to engage, tie him up. Larry Holmes was good at that, wasn't he?
Oh, another good left hook from Jafari. Big round for Jafari. So another vicious left hook. Georgie Payne.
Payne's stricken off the cobwebs, though.
Yeah, good left hook counter from Georgie Payne, right hand.
It's almost as if that next hook sort of stunned him back out of it.
Some big punches exchanged in this final round. This is the war now, boys.
Blood and guts.
Yeah. This is exciting now.
Nice little right hand there by Georgie. That's it. Back. He needs to get back on the bike there. Switches again, Jafari.
Jafari tries an uppercut. Vicious left hook again. Good hook from Georgie Payne. Blood streaming down his face.
Nice right
hand. 1 minute to go, the 6th and final round. Georgie Payne, the local boy, on our scorecards pretty well in front, but Tamur Jafari from Afghanistan giving it everything.
He seems to have slowed the pace a little bit.
Right hand. Oh, massive right hand. Bashes off the side of Georgie Payne's head near that nasty eye. There's blood everywhere at the moment. Georgie Payne won't let it get on top of him.
Oh, what a left hook.
What a countering left hook. What a great fight. This is a cracker. Good straight punch. Georgie Payne, not far from the bell now. Tamur Jafari came out in this round, knew he needed a knockout and landed some bombs. But Georgie Payne has fought back with everything he's got and he's still landing bombs himself.
Jafari come out with bad intentions and
Did he
just
ever?
kept the pace up for the entire round. Take a bow, fellas. What a fight.
Great fight, Pete. That was a
Great
terrific
fight.
fight.
This battle was currently holding on for the next king. Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of eventful time action, we go to the judges' scorecard. It is a majority point decision.
Majority.
Announced at 57-57. Matt Klein, 58-56. And Bob Costafini had 58-46. People with a majority points decision. Red corner.
Jafari scores an upset win here. Georgie Payne stunned.
I can't see that.
Barry, you look stunned yourself.
I'm stunned.
We're stunned here on a commentating
I
table.
cannot see that at all.
We had Georgie Payne
No.
winning.
No, absolutely.
And as we keep saying, keep punching.
Years